Feelings transformation. Feelings transformation. Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and that's what we're talking about. How is it that I can transform my feelings? How can I transform my feelings? On yesterday, I dealt with that whole thing. I feel like busting loose. I called out the OJs in the audience, the OGs, I should say, as opposed to the OJs. Um, but I wanted to bring up that song, and I said we're going to be dealing with a little bit more about feelings this morning, and so that it is the transformation of my feelings transformation. That's what we're talking about on this morning. Now I want you to do a couple things, and that is remember tomorrow I got my t-shirt on because I need you to see something here, blacknificent, because tomorrow I'm going to be dealing with the whole thing about Juneteenth versus reparations. Juneteenth versus reparations. That's easy to say. Let me say it about three times real fast. Juneteenth versus reparations. That's what I'm going to be dealing with tomorrow, because tomorrow is Juneteenth, and we need to talk about that in a special morning manner. But this morning, we're still dealing with this whole piece about our feelings. Our feelings. Now, and the transformation or feelings transformation. That's what we're talking about on this morning. Greet some people, get into the word on this morning. How is everybody on this morning? Man, this is a wonderful morning. Good morning, Brother Nesbitt. How are you doing on this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you doing? Pamela, how are you doing? Liz, how are you doing? Homegirl, Dolores, how are you? Ari, how are you? Valerie, how are you on this morning? Jan, how are you? Elder Lawson, how are you? Good morning, Elder Mobley. You're doing well, I should hope. And guess what? Ella, how are you on this morning? Brenda, how are you on this morning? Jewel, how are you? Dawn, how are you on this morning? This morning is feelings transformation. Feelings transformation. What does that mean? What are we going to do? We're going to talk about that on this morning. And that is the text to talk, the takeaway, 5 minutes or less. I'm going to jump right into it on this morning. How about that? Romans 12, 1 through 2. I'm going to read the Message Bible. I'm going to read the Message Bible because it really speaks to what I'm talking about on this morning. Take your everyday, ordinary life. You're sleeping, eating, going to work, walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Catch this. Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Underline that. You'll be changed from the inside out. What are you saying? Feelings emit and come from our heart, our emotions, the emotive part of who we are, whether it's in our mind or in our heart. Let me give you a little more context, and then we'll give you the three things that I want you to grab a hold of this morning. And that is, feelings are often the elephant in the room. You ever thought about that? You ever noticed that? If there's an elephant in the room, trust and believe there's a feeling attached to it, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. There's always that's the case. So therefore, you got to deal with the feelings elephant in the room. What does this mean then? Three things I want you to grab a hold of. And that is, understand this. In Jeremiah 31:25, it says this: God will satisfy your soul. The soul is the seat of your personality and your emotions. The soul is the seat of your personality and your emotions. That's where, in the soulish realm, our feelings come up and from. They're real, but they're not to be trusted at all times. So what does this mean? God's going to satisfy it. God's going to satisfy the emotive elephant in the room. Second thing, you want to transform your feelings or have a feelings transformation? Serve somebody. Serve somebody. There's nothing greater, there's no better feeling than to be able to serve somebody. When you serve someone, whether it's visiting them in a hospital, whether it's giving them some money, whether it is doing some type of task for them, whatever the case may be, there's such a feeling that comes from that. You want to transform your feelings, whether sadness, whether gloom, whether it's depression, do something for somebody and watch your feelings transform. The third thing is this. Galatians says, be not weary in well doing, but you will reap if you faint not. Do good to everyone, especially the household of faith. Now, the household of faith is the team that you and I are on. Where's your jersey? Where is your jersey? Do you have the team jersey on? Because if you have the team jersey on, the collective feeling of a team will transform how you feel. The collective feeling of the team will transform how you feel. The team is victorious. You already know we are victorious. That team that we're on, of course, is the kingdom team. Put your jersey on, serve somebody else, and tap into the fact that God will satisfy the soulish feelings that you have. You want to continue to transform the feeling elephant and emotive elephant in the room? Here's your takeaway. Transform your feelings by changing them. Don't let them change you. The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a special morning manna about Juneteenth versus reparations. You want to invite somebody. Don't come by yourself tomorrow. Make sure you invite somebody to get this word. God bless you. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. Bye.